Hey, welcome back to the homestead. Right now I'm down here in the raised bed gardens. We just finished sowing some seeds in here, some lettuce and chives. So let's just take a quick walk through the raised bed area and then we'll head on down to the orchard. On the last video I showed you these two beds here have been sowed with green beans and peas, some shelling peas. So these are starting to come up, so we're super stoked on that. There's one right there, a Lincoln pea. And then over here we've got these greasy grits green beans, and those are coming up. So we're pretty much thrilled over here. I used double seeds on some of these because they were older seeds, a couple years past the date, but they seem to work fine. So I'll probably thin this down. These are some Lincoln peas as well. Then we went ahead to that far bed and got some potatoes going in there. So this is all set up with potatoes. Hopefully that will work out. The last time it failed in there, I think it was too close. It was too much in the middle of the summer or close to that, and they didn't really go. So that's potatoes. Now let me show you what we just finished up this evening. We've got this bed closest to the coop. Two types of lettuce, a butter crunch and a romaine, one row of each, left and right. Then when we get down here, there's this dividing bar here. And this is all chives, common chives, an heirloom variety. So these are all good to go. We've got 4 beds loaded up, get some food production going out of here. And let's head down to the orchard and we'll just check out what's going on over there. Now, one of the great things about raised beds is once you build them, they are there. So you can just work at your own pace. You can get things going one bed at a time, half a bed at a time. Doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can just chip away at it. So that's one of the things that I do like about raised beds a lot. Kind of contains things into one zone, makes it easy to work on. So we made it down here to the orchard, and here we got a peach tree setting up quite a bit of fruit. And this is now the 3rd season of growth it's coming into. So these were all planted like January, late January of 2020. So here's a Santa Barbara peach, quite a bit of fruit, real heavy on this side. I don't know if you can see all that well, but let me see if I can get to focus. Let me switch angles, but this one's setting up real heavy, but this doesn't have that great of a structure yet. So I may end up just removing almost maybe all of this fruit, but that's a Santa Barbara peach. There we go. And this thing's setting up with some heavy fruit. It's just broken dormancy a couple weeks ago. And it had awesome blooms. And there we go. Focus on there. And now we've got a ton of fruit. I don't know that this thing has the structure to handle all that. So we probably will thin that down to maybe nothing. But here's the one that's got me excited. Desert Delight Nectarine. This thing's loaded with a fruit set. I mean, it's gone just crazy fruit set. I mean, look how many are on just the end of that branch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 right here. So I'm sure I'll have to just get rid of a lot of those. But I just wanted you guys to see the progress and how awesome this is. You know, these were planted, yeah, January 2020 or late January, maybe it was early February, and now we're in March 2022. So just 2 years in the dirt from a bare root on this one. And look what we've got on here. It's crazy. This entire tree is just, I mean, literally stacked with fruit. Come on, focus. There we go. So that's the Desert Delight Nectarine, completely stacked with fruit. I think this thing may have the structure to handle, you know, if we thinned it down to about half of what we've got, that could possibly work out really good. But, you know, I'm going to maybe do a little more research and think on that and decide. But yeah, over here we've got some blooms, Arctic Star White Nectarine. The blooms on these are just amazing. I just love it. It's so nice to look at. And then we get the, this is the all-in-one almond. And you can see it does have fruit setting up there. So let's see if you can focus on that. Come on. Come on now. Oh, give it to me. Doesn't want to focus. But anyways, it's funny because it looks like a little Let's see if we can change angles. It looks like a little peach almost. And I've never grown almonds, so I've never seen one on the tree. So this is kind of cool. We got some, nothing too crazy overall, but it's quite a bit. I mean, I'll give it to it. It's quite a bit. So let's check out some of the other ones that are younger. This thing is just a star here. This is the, I want to say it's a Flavor Delight Apium. Let me look. There's the tag on the ground. Yep, it's a Flavor Delight Apium from Dave Wilson Nursery. So this thing, we're not looking for a fruit, we're looking for structure, and we love the structure. This was the one stick pruned. You'll notice I'm doing that on a lot of them now. Beautiful open center, and now we're getting vigorous growth coming off it. So hopefully we can just continue to shape this as we like it to suit our needs. Let's keep looking around. Here is one of the plums. Just beautiful white blooms on there. Come on and focus. Come on and focus. All right, well, we're not going to be focused perfect on every one of these, but that would be the Methley Plum. And stoked on this one. It's doing good. It had a hard time. You can look at the playlist of the orchard videos. It had a hard time with some ants and aphids basically attacking it and causing it to lose so much of its, there we go, lose a lot of greenery, but it's doing great now. Let's head out to the cherry zone. This one already bloomed hard. I believe this is the Mini Royal. Let's see. This would be the Mini Royal Cherry. And this one bloomed hard, and now it looks like they're setting fruit. So yeah, some of these seem to be setting fruit. If you can see that tiny green thing, that appears to be a cherry. I pulled the bloom off, so under these, each is a tiny little cherry. So those are that's kind of throughout this tree. So, oh my gosh, if this thing puts off some cherries for us, I'm just gonna be in hog heaven and just flip my lid. But pretty darn awesome. Just so thrilled on this, how this orchard's turning out. Let's go ahead and get to the apricot section. Just take a look at some of these blooms. We've got the Gold Kissed, I believe. Or no, this is not an apricot. This is a peach. This is an August Pride peach. Amazing blooms. I don't know that this one's setting out fruit yet. It's a later, later in the season, but just want to show amazing blooms. Back to the cherries. That's the Royal Lee. Beautiful white blossoms. I mean, come on. You gotta love these stone fruits and palm fruits. They're just amazing to look at. Dense flowers. I mean, this could end up putting off quite a bit of cherries if it gets its way, which I hope it does. It has pretty solid structure, and it's not like a cherry's that heavy. These cherries go vigorous. I mean, this thing's already, it was cut back quite a bit, and it's already about almost 6 feet. All right, let's get back over and check on some of the newest arrivals. This is not a new arrival. Well, this was last season, I believe. So this was a replacement off of one that died, and it's got that beautiful open center like we like. It was pruned down to a stick. This is a plum tree. I believe it's a burgundy plum. So that open center, you just can't go wrong. And let's go to a brand new one. This is a brand new one. This is a Flavor Grenade Pluot, plum and apricot cross. So stick pruned to about 24 inches. We've got one coming off here, two coming off here. We can shape this, we can pick which ones we want. And when you do that, you're in control. It's just amazing. I'll show you one here that we didn't, we just kind of went with, to a degree, what it was given at the nursery. This one's not that bad, but pretty open center, but there's some worse ones. But if you're trying to get as close to a beautiful open center as possible, you gotta stick prune. Now there's a massive weed in the back, ignore that. So yeah, about 24-ish inches. Got my finger on the center. And then boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 branches coming off the middle. This one's just doing phenomenal. I believe this is that Gold Kissed apricot. Let's see, Tropic Gold actually. And this one is a replacement off of one that died. Don't know why it died, but it did. So actually I can almost come down here and just get rid of this now. because why have it push energy into a branch that I know I don't want this branch at all, so I can just pop it off. I'll leave the rest to grow, and then later we shape this, so I'll hopefully get a video out on that as well. All right, so let's about wrap it up here. Of course, the apples, just they don't amaze me. I don't know what's wrong with them. Maybe not enough water or something. If you have any tips, please drop a comment how to get these apples to take off. But that's the Gala apple. It's just done almost nothing since it's been planted. Here is the, let me see, what is it? It's a Fuji, I believe. Let me look. No, that's a Dorset. I had to look to my notes. Dorset golden apple. And it's putting off crazy apples, but I don't know that this is what we want because this tree's tiny. This tree is 4 feet about to here, maybe a tiny bit more. So look, I mean, it's not a big tree. So I don't know if we want to get rid of all this fruit. I'll probably have to ask around. Maybe I'll ask the comment sections of some other channels. But this one's doing okay, it's just not growing much. Then we get this Granny Smith, and it's just like not doing good at all. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's getting great water because we hooked it up on irrigation, circular watering pattern. It's got fertilized. It just doesn't want to take off. Got kind of a central leader on this one. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that. All right, let's wrap this up. But the last one we'll get to is the Bartlett Pear. It's woken up out of dormancy. Stick prune this one. Uh-oh, those pests. Uh-oh, it looks like we got possibly some aphids already on it. Ooh. Yeah, we do look like some aphids on there, so we'll have to address that as soon as possible. But sometimes you stick prune them and they send growth everywhere, which is totally fine. Just let it go. Later in the season, we'll give it a haircut, and then when it goes dormant next fall, winter, then we'll do some more shaping. But yeah, just let it go. It's totally fine. This is about the same one, same thing that the apiarium did, which you can see here, which has that gray open center. So just go with it, don't force it, and always relax when you're pruning. It's not a big deal. All right, well, sun's about going down. I'm gonna head up to the house. Thanks for coming along on this one. I just wanted to, do a quick casual walkthrough and show you guys how the orchards look now that things are waking up and getting going. So please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends, and we will catch you on the next one.